That's a great idea, and hopefully it will make a difference. Now, next tonight to a film that's been made to celebrate the life of this remarkable man who, surprisingly, few of us will never even have heard of.
Yes, this person is Bill Peascod, who was a miner from Maryport. He became a pioneering climber, though, and mine rescuer, and then, as if that wasn't enough, turned his hand to art, which then exhibited all around the world. Fiona Marley-Patterson has his story.
A Cumbrian great you may not have heard of. Bill Peascod, walker, climber, cave rescuer, miner.
He himself went into the coal mines when he was 14. He started walking and then eventually started climbing. In the 1940s, he was doing routes that a lot of the rest of the climbers weren't doing. Only he and Jim Burkitt, who worked as a quarryman, only they actually had the physical strength and that day in, day out knowledge of rock, because the rest of the climbers were from quite well-to-do backgrounds, middle class, upper middle class. And he elevated Buttermere to the same level for climbing as Wasdale and Langdale. He was also one of the first people that took his socks off and put them over his shoes to get a better grip on the rock. He was also involved in the mines rescue team, and he was involved with the pit disasters at Lauca and also Whitehaven, the William Pitt disaster in 1947. Then when he emigrated to Australia, he was involved in teaching Australian climbers about search and rescue techniques, which was very useful for any plane crashes that happened, particularly around Brisbane. He was having to travel for hours in the car to get to, the Blue Mountains just outside of Sydney, or the Warrumbungles, or the Glasshouse Mountains. And even when he got there, he still had to hack his way through the bush, dodge snakes, spiders, and then some of the climbs could only be achieved by abseiling down from the top. So he turned back to his other passion, to art. He was doing abstract landscape paintings. One technique that he had was burning the surface of the painting. He knew the texture of rock, and so that's what he wanted to try and put across. He took a much more minimalist approach to the painting and also turned away from the harsh, burnt landscape of Australia back to painting the fells.
A working-class Cumbrian who pioneered Lake District climbing, saved lives when mining or climbing went wrong, then made his name in Australia in the 50s.
From Australia, he was invited to exhibit his art in Japan. So suddenly, from being born here in this small cottage in Maryport, this Cumbrian guy is on the world stage. He's in Australia, he's in Japan, he moves back to the Lake District. He's up with all the climbing greats, with Chris Bonington, Don William, Bill Burkitt and his father.
And now immortalised in film. Fiona Marley-Patterson, ITV News, Maryport.
Yeah, what an incredible
What a guy.
Wow.
What a guy.
Next to this year's search for a